If you have one of the new Ram 2500 or 3500 pickup trucks that's equipped with the factory gooseneck and fifth wheel hitch prep package, today I'm going to show you how to properly adjust the pivot assemblies and latch handles on our B&W Companion OEM fifth wheel hitch base. When you place the OEM Companion base into the truck, you'll want to make sure that all four latch handles are in their open positions, just like so. And with all four of those handles open, you can now maneuver the base into position to try to get the pilot assemblies to drop down into the pucks in the bed of the truck. Now on this particular base and truck combination, you'll notice that our passenger side pilot assemblies dropped right down into the pucks, but on the driver's side, it did not. You can see that it's not quite lined up. This is where you're going to have to do some pilot assembly adjustments. Now, if your base drops right into the factory pucks without any problem, you can skip this step and move right ahead to handle adjustment. When the companion base doesn't quite line up with the factory pucks in the bed, that's when these pilot assemblies will need to be adjusted. And we do that by loosening these two bolts at all four corners of the companion base. That's a total of 8 bolts. Now, we don't actually have to completely remove these bolts, but we do want to get them nice and loose. So go ahead and loosen these up. And there you can see it's the entire pilot assembly is good and loose. We want to do that at all four corners. Now with all four pilot assemblies completely loose, we can take a hold of the base and maneuver it and drop it in to the factory pucks. You want to make sure that all four pilot assemblies are sitting nice and flat at all four corners. Now before you tighten the pilot assemblies back up, we want to position the companion base as far towards the cab as we can, just like so. Then we're also going to take the time to square it up in the truck bed. Use a tape measure here at the front corner in the fender well and the rear corner in the fender well, and we're pretty square. So now we're going to tighten the 2 bolts at each pilot assembly to 80 foot-pounds. You want to be sure and repeat this process for all 4 corners. Now we're going to adjust the latch handles. And what you're looking for is these handles to close nice and tightly under hand pressure. If you have to use a hammer to hammer these shut, then the adjustment nut is too tight. If they close and it remains loose, then the adjustment nut is too loose. And I'm going to show you on the front one up here how to properly adjust the nut. This one appears too tight. Now to loosen up this adjustment nut on this handle that's too tight, what you're going to do is take the cotter pin and straighten it back out with a pair of needle nose pliers, just like so, and then take that pin out, which now allows the nut to thread tighter or looser on the stud. Now this handle was too tight, so I'm gonna back it off 1 castle nut indention and reinsert the cotter pin. Now before I spread that out, I'm going to test it. And look at there, that's perfect. So that's where we're going to leave it. We're going to spread that cotter pin back out. Just like so. Now we can close our handle and put in our pin. Once all 4 handles close that easily, the base is good and secure. With the pilot assemblies and the latch handles properly adjusted, you can proceed with the rest of the fifth wheel setup.